What's going on, you guys? So this is the big ass calendar, and right here I have the 2025 big ass calendar and big class calendar. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a full review of this whole calendar, why I think it's so good for planning out your entire year with, like, you know, bird eyes view on everything. I'm going to go over all the things that the box comes with, as well as the whole philosophy behind the big ass calendar. So if you don't know, the big ass calendar was created by a very successful entrepreneur. His name is Jesse Itzler. He actually founded a private jet company called Marquee Jet, and he's also done a bunch of other, you know, business ventures in the past. And overall, he has a lot of cool stories on the Joe Rogan podcast. So I highly recommend that you guys check him out on there. And that's actually how I found out about Jesse Itzler. Saw a video of him on the Joe Rogan podcast talking about how he spent 30 days living with a Navy SEAL. And if you don't know, the Navy SEAL was David Goggins. So that guy is known as one of the toughest men on the planet, and it's a very inspirational book. So I highly recommend you guys read it. But anyways, that's the whole background behind this calendar, how I found out about it. And I've just loved the product so far for the past year, which is why I bought it again. So now let's open up and see what comes with the package. Okay, so the calendar is rolled up like this, as you guys can see, and that's it. So the rest of the box is empty. I really do like the branding though in the box. You can immediately tell that it's the big ass calendar because of how it's written everywhere on the package. Now inside of the wrapping, you get a couple different things that I'm gonna talk about. One of the things you get is obviously the calendar. So it's rolled up like this, but you know, once you attach it to the wall, it'll obviously flatten out. And then also what comes with the package are a couple of supplies that you're gonna need to, I guess, maximize your calendar planning experience. So I got two of these, obviously, because I got the big ass calendar and the big class calendar, but you guys would obviously just get one. And on the paper it says, congrats, your year just got a lot bigger. The calendar you are about to unwrap is the ultimate planning tool, and some other words of encouragement. But on the back, I could see that there's two expo markers, so you can actually write on these before you couldn't. So I'm actually excited about that new addition to it. So these calendars are actually dry erase. So that means I can write with these expo markers and then just wipe it off if I need to change anything. Before on this, it's not dry erase, so I wouldn't be able to write on it and then just wipe it off. But I really like the addition of the expo markers. Next, they also have a bunch of different color-coded sticky notes that you can actually use to attach to the calendar. And this is cool because compared to the old version, they would just give you a bunch of small mini sticky notes like that. They have red, purple, yellow, green, and what seems to be orange. So you would just open this up and then paste them onto the actual date. But this is, you know, just a different format, so you would just tear it off. I'll show you guys later what it looks like up close. Yeah, you would just tear it off and then same thing, just apply it to the date. So for the colors for 2025, they have light green, orange, yellow, blue, and then pink. So a little bit different in terms of colors, but it doesn't really matter too much. It just allows you to color code your dates. Okay, now to actually show you guys the calendar, let me go ahead and try to roll this out as big as possible. So this is what it looks like. And yeah, I can tell that the material is definitely dry erase, so that's good. And yeah, besides that, it's pretty much the same thing as what we have on here. So on here, they basically have from January all the way down to December, and then all the days are gonna be horizontal like that. So all the way from the 1st to the 30th or the 31st, whatever is the ending day of the month. And then for the big class calendar, this is what it looks like. So the design is a little bit different. And this one actually starts from July 2024 to June of 2025. So it basically starts from summer break to the rest of the school year. And it has some pretty cool designs on it that have to do with, you know, school and stuff. So you got like calculator, ruler. And honestly, I kind of like that design compared to the regular big ass calendar. If there was another design for just a regular one, I would definitely get that. Yeah, hopefully that's something that they incorporate into the future version. But yeah, that's the main difference between these two in terms of design and also the dating. But now I want to talk about the two big philosophies that Jesse Itzler talks about with these calendars. So the first thing is the misogi, which is an old Japanese ritual where you just choose one thing, whether it's an event or something that you do that is year defining. So one big thing. So for me, this was my running journey that I'm currently on right now. My goal is to run 3 miles in less than 18 minutes. So that's what I've been prepping for this whole year. That's my misogi. For you you guys, this can be any type of big goal that you guys have, whether it's, you know, climb Mount Everest or just drink water every single day or something like that. Could be anything. I do think it should be something that is a little bit challenging, a little bit scary, and outside of your comfort zone, because then obviously that's where you're gonna grow the most. The second philosophy is something called Kevin's rule. And so this is where you plan 6 events or adventures that you normally wouldn't do on the calendar year. So usually it's just every other month, right? Since there's 12 months in a year, 6 months out of the year, you just do something that you normally wouldn't. So for me, this would be the half marathon that I have scheduled for November, and then also some previous family trips that I went to, like Big Bear, for example. That's also something that would be in Kevin's rule. Now, I really like this rule because it forces you to plan things that are really good for you, but sometimes we neglect them a little bit. So for me, because I work at home, sometimes there's no clear line between work and then my personal life. So sometimes I forget to schedule, you know, date nights or just spending quality time with family and, you know, the dogs and stuff like that. So this is something that has really helped me in the past year. It just helps me plan things that actually make life enjoyable, right? Sometimes I think we get stuck in the work mode of it all, you know, in the grind, and then we forget to actually, you know, live life, and we forget why we're working so hard in the first place. So yeah, those are the 2 biggest philosophies that Jesse Itzler takes into account when he's planning out his year to have the best year possible. Now for me, this past year, I didn't actually get this calendar until you could see March of the 23rd. So I just wrote a line for all the days that I missed. So since then, I've just put an X on all the days that have passed. I've written down some, you know, important dates that I need to keep track of. And the only time that I've actually used sticky notes was right here. The rest of the time, I just found it was super easy to just, you know, grab a marker and then write whatever I need to write. This is actually not ideal for this type of calendar, but I'm really glad that they introduced the dry erase feature, because now if an event changes or like I just changed my mind about something, I could just erase it. And then I'm also looking forward to using the color coding sticky notes, because I think I do need to color code. That way I can see the difference between all of the travel stuff, all the family stuff, and then all of the training stuff for my big Misogi. Now, if you're looking for alternatives, you're probably not gonna be able to find calendars like this for a cheaper price. Trust me, I've already tried looking for it. And while you can find cheaper options, most of the time it's just a really small calendar that goes month by month. So yeah, it's much smaller and you won't be able to get a big bird's eye view on your entire year. I also like how big it is anyways, because it's constantly in our faces, right? Whenever my girlfriend and I walk in this room, we see the calendar and we can see throughout the week and what important dates are ahead of us. They also offer bulk discounts, so you guys can just go to their website, fill out their form, and then their team will contact you about the pricing for the custom order. So yeah, that's basically it for my review of the 2025 Big Ass Calendar and the Big Class Calendar. You guys, I think having a calendar like this and also incorporating the philosophy of the Misogi and the Kevin's rule allows you to just stack up so many wins throughout the year. To me, you guys, I think this is 100% worth the money. You know, life is short. I'm sure that you guys have plenty of ambitions and goals and dreams of your own. So having a calendar like this allows you to stack up so many wins. It allows you to plan ahead of time. And one of the big things that I've learned in the military is that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So basically, just if you don't put it on paper, you don't write it down, you don't plan it out, then chances are it's not gonna happen. So yeah, having something like this really helps me stay focused, helps me stay away from all the distractions, and it also helps me schedule important time with family, with friends, and all that stuff that actually makes life enjoyable. So if you guys are interested in getting the Big Ass Calendar or the Big Class Calendar, use my link down below, and I'll also leave a code for you guys to get 10% off. Make sure to put the code in correctly, so it's gonna be Joey, 2 underscores, and then win. So make sure you put 2 underscores instead of the 1, otherwise it's not gonna work. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Also comment down below if you guys have any questions, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.